Tennessee Smokies are the Chicago Cubs AA affiliate. This is The Process.
The 2014 Tennessee Smokies features some of the best and brightest young players in both the Chicago Cubs farm system and in all of minor league baseball. Those players include the 2013 Golden Spikes Award winner Kris Bryant, who is ranked by Baseball America as the second best prospect in the Cubs farm system and is the 8th best prospect in all of baseball according to MLB.com. Actually, 4 of Baseball America's top 10 prospects in the Cubs system were assigned to the Smokies to start the season. That list included Bryant, C.J. Edwards, Jorge Soler, and Pierce Johnson. The Smokies also feature Corey Black, Ivan Pinheiro, Armando Rivero, and Ruby Silva, who were ranked 15th, 21st, 25th, and 29th respectively by the publication. For those who know the Smokies best, the one glaring oversight on the prospect list might be the omission of Smokies catcher Rafael Lopez.
I've never necessarily known that word as a player, even being drafted my first year in short season. I was 23 years old. This is only my 3rd season, so you would think, oh, he's still young, but I'm already 26. So the word prospect for me doesn't necessarily mean as much just because I'm an older guy.
So then what is a prospect? And what makes a player a prospect? Well, for most, the title is reserved for the players who are projected to not only reach the major leagues, but to contribute at a high level once they have fully climbed the ladder. For others, the term is a bit more broad.
To me, prospect, I think all the players are prospects. As long as you got a uniform on, you're doing your job, I think. You're here at this level, you got a chance.
Of course, everyone wants to see themselves as a prospect. I think you have to see yourself as a prospect, or else you lose that competitive edge, you lose that confidence in yourself. So do I put pressure on myself to be a prospect? No. Do I see myself as a prospect? Sure, just because you have to still go out there and perform regardless of your age.
Lopez is enjoying one of his best seasons as a professional, and in doing so, has put himself into the prospect discussion. Prospects are usually those who come into the minors as the top-ranking players at their respective positions coming out of college or out of high school. They are also often players who were selected early in the Major League Baseball draft. Lopez was selected in the 16th round by the Cubs in 2011 and was the 44th catcher overall selected that year. He was also an infielder when he first started at Florida State. He didn't make the switch to catcher until his 2nd collegiate season. Lopez's credentials on paper would suggest that he be left out of the prospect conversation. However, it's his play on the field that sends an entirely different message. Baseball America rates players on a 20/80 scouting scale when it comes to a player's prospect grade. For catchers, the formula to reach a high grade includes a combination of fielding, plus hitting, plus arm strength, plus power, and then speed. For Lopez, his fielding was his top priority coming into this season.
I wasn't really sure exactly if I'd be coming back to AA or going to AAA, so my focus was just to not worry about the things I couldn't control and just worry about what I can control on the field. And part of that was defense, really staying focused the whole game rather than once I was getting tired, I'd lose focus last year. So really just focusing on the entire game rather than once I got tired, just trying to struggle through the game.
And the results speak for themselves. Through almost 40 Southern League games, Lopez was the league leader in catching base runners with a caught-steal efficiency of nearly 50%. The Smokies catcher cut down 20 of 41 would-be base stealers over the first half of the season. That's up from 30% just a year ago.
He throws the ball extremely well. He's got a big league release, his arm's good.
And his footwork is gifted. I mean, he keeps his feet away from each other. He doesn't go across his body. He doesn't work too hard to throw the baseball, and he stays right on those big legs and spins the ball really good.
I think the kid can play in the big leagues, and probably relatively soon, just from a defensive standpoint. And offensively, I would say probably Desi's would say he's close.
Through nearly the first 50 games of the season, Lopez ranked among the Southern League leaders in batting and on-base percentage.
Here's a high drive towards right center field, racing after it, Martin, but it's going to be by the right fielder. It'll roll off the warning track up against the wall.
He also led all qualified Southern League catchers in on-base percentage and was second in slugging, home runs, and doubles. Lopez is certainly where he needs to be fielding and hitting. What about the arm strength? His caught-steal efficiency numbers would suggest that the arm strength is there. However, it takes more than a strong arm to catch runners. So that's fielding, hitting, and arm strength. Well, what about the power? Again, with 4 home runs and 13 doubles, both of which second in the league among qualified catchers, Lopez has proven that the power is there, that to meet the prospect criteria. He has certainly put together a resume that not only puts him into the prospect conversation, but also into the Cubs' big league roster conversation as well. Lopez was promoted by the Cubs to AAA Iowa on June 2nd before a game against the Birmingham Barons. Then, just a few days later, he was named a Southern League All-Star. The promotion and his All-Star nod are both just the next step in the process of becoming a big leaguer.
Yeah, I feel close for sure. Like I said, try not to worry about it, but it's been a goal of all of us since we were little kids. So when you get that sense, you definitely want to get there and fulfill a lifelong dream for not only yourself but even your family.
Lopez is closer to the majors now than he has ever been before. Even if he isn't ever really considered to be a prospect by the experts, he certainly has done enough to be a major leaguer one day. For the Smokies Radio Network, I'm Greg Young.